There is nothing Prospector likes more than to kill a misconception. Time for Your Whole Life is a Lie.
Many people believe cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Oh, you'll hear it all the time. Stop cracking your knuckles. It's a common plea from a parent trying to protect their child's hands or from someone who's simply annoyed by the noise. My wife Tara and I were out to breakfast Sunday morning, and as the waitress came over, I cracked my knuckles. She's like, "Oh, don't crack your knuckles, you'll get arthritis." In response to which, I cracked my knuckles again. Then she grabbed me by my hand and playfully slapped my arm and reiterated, "Stop cracking your knuckles, you'll get arthritis." The truth, cracking your knuckles does not cause arthritis. Understanding what physically occurs when you crack your knuckles may help you realize that knuckle cracking causing arthritis is actually just a popular myth. The sound is actually tiny gas bubbles inside your hand and fingers or other joints popping. Studies show that knuckle crackers have the same function, grip strength and range of motions as those who don't crack their knuckles, although cartilage can become thicker in people who crack their knuckles and pop their own bubbles over time. One study found there was no increase of hand arthritis among knuckle crackers, and a plethora of hand doctors say if you crack your knuckles, there really aren't any serious health effects to worry about. In fact, some people report relief when they pop their knuckles. So, if you believe cracking your knuckles causes arthritis,
your whole life is a lie. Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Someone broke into a Cincinnati shoe store and stole 100 right shoes. Police are questioning everyone they can who isn't nicknamed Lefty. Ozzy Osbourne was inducted for the second time into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Saturday night. He didn't perform, but it was in Cleveland, so high-profile people not performing is something Cleveland crowds are used to. Right, Deshaun? Speaking of Deshaun Watson, the Browns QB was carted off the field yesterday with a torn Achilles tendon. It was one of the rare times where Watson's day didn't have a happy ending.
It's 60 Minutes meets Gone in 60 Seconds. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
It's time to have a little fun on the phones. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and we're calling a woman named Susan, and we're going to be suggesting a brand new product for wiping. You know what I'm talking about down there. But it's a product that she probably doesn't want to use. It's time for another Prospector prank call on Rock 107.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I'm calling for Susan.
This is she.
Hi, Susan. My name's Rick Johnson, and I'm with Barnell Paper Products. We do tissues, notebook paper, you name it. If it's paper, we do it. If you just have a second, we are marketing.
I'm really not interested.
Well, hold on one second, because we did get your name for our database, and we offer to pay you to use our products. So if you just hear me out, it'll take like 1 minute.
Okay, what is it exactly?
Okay, so people don't realize how much tissue they're wasting, how much that contributes not only to deforestation, but really global warming in general. So if you'd be interested, we'd send you a sample, you'd try it, you'd just leave us a review, and we would pay you for that.
Okay, well, what is this product?
So have you ever used toilet tissue? I mean, some of your family use, and we've all done it. You make a baseball mitt worth of tissue, and then you get in there and you make sure you're not getting near your business, right?
Sure.
Okay, what we've created is a single finger sheath made of 3-ply tissue that fits snugly over your middle or index finger, and you can use that front and back side, and it provides 100% sustainable clean swipe that allows you to then flick your finger down at the toilet, which will eject the sheath right there. And what you've done is you've done a better job of cleaning the area with 1/10 of the use of tissue. So we call it the...
Is this a joke?
No.
You're joking, right?
We do take this very seriously.
No,
so
this
we're
sounds
testing.
ridiculous.
It's
There's
for
no
real.
way.
Well, quite honestly, we've had several people try it, and they love the product, and they say they'd never go back. So if you just allow me to say...
No, that's okay. I'm really not
You're
interested.
saying no so fast. Have you thought about it? I mean, because let me just suggest something to you. If you're
I'm all about,
if you're honest with me, okay?
But there's no way I'm going to try
this. If you're
this.
honest, have you had an accident where you make a big wad of the baseball mitt and your finger slips through? I mean, it's horrifying, right?
No, and I'd rather stick with the wad and be safe than sorry.
So you're saying no to the duty digit?
Yes, I am, and I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Is it funny?
I have to be honest. You're never going to make any money with this.
Why?
This is disgusting. No one is ever going to want to use this.
Excuse me. You know what's disgusting? It's having one hand or finger slip through. That's disgusting. This is the future.
No, I'm really not interested.
This is the future of waste removal.
Good luck with everything.
Oh, really? All right. So you're not interested in the duty digit. Is that it?
No, I do not need.
I'm going to tell you something. We're going to make a ton of money off this. I'll tell you what I'll do.
We're good.
I'll send you a free sample, and you can try it. And if you love it, you leave a great review. We pay you for that. If not, no harm done. Hit flush. We move on, and you can go back to the catcher's mitt of toilet paper.
No, I'm really not interested.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so you'd rather
good.
So you'd rather roll the dice and see what happens when you're going down to the South Pole? Is that it?
I'll take my chances. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Well, you're not safe. That's the thing. You're not
I'll
safe.
recycling
So
and
you've never had a mishap. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to make up stories, then I'll tell you this.
I'm not making up stories. I'm good.
Well, you're the most perfect human I've ever met then. I don't know why we bothered making a prank call on you.
What?
I don't know. Susan.
Did you just say this is a prank call?
Yeah, it's a Prospector prank call, yeah.
I am relieved. I was beginning to think there was something wrong with you.
Well, there is. There definitely is, but it's not the duty digit, because that's not real. You're okay.
I'm good on the duty digit.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
An 82-year-old woman in Georgia named Betty Cartledge just voted for the very first time. Her late husband discouraged her from voting, but he passed away last year, so she had her niece take her to the polls to vote early. She didn't reveal who she cast her ballot for, but she said she'll be back next election. She called it a neat experience.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Oh, the stars just descended upon Cleveland. That's not a phrase you hear really often, is it? No. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107 and Kate. Cleveland is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, and that's where the class of 2024 was inducted on Saturday. So in this case, it was true. The stars descended upon Cleveland.
Jack Black inducted Ozzy Osbourne, who sat on a bat throne. I love bats. That's so cool.
Well, plus it's, good Ozzy.
Very Ozzy, yeah.
Jack Black inducted him, as you mentioned. Here's what Jack had to say.
The greatest front man in the history of rock and roll, Ozzy Osbourne. Proving insane lasting power. Then what? The Osbournes. Yeah, he teamed up with his family to create another genre. Reality TV. Maybe the most evil thing he ever did. But there is no denying it. His whole family were hilarious and intensely entertaining. Then what? Oh, maybe just a little thing called Ozfest. Only the most successful heavy metal music festival of all times. Ozzy, stop creating incredibly successful genre-defining, world-changing hits. It's too much success for one lifetime.
Ozzy watched an all-star performance of his solo hits featuring Billy Idol, Steve Stevens, Wolfgang Van Halen, Zakk Wylde, and many more.
Yeah, now here's Billy belting out No More Tears, which I didn't expect to sound as good as it did. It wasn't great because it's not Ozzy, but not as good as it did.
Light in the window is a crack in the sky. Stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye.
Now, the good part about that is I finally understand some of the words Ozzy was singing in that song.
He's articulating
same
it.
With Billy will not. Yeah, Billy definitely can. He can enunciate those things. Absolutely.
An all-star cast performed for Foreigner, including Demi Lovato, Chad Smith, Slash, and Sammy Hagar.
Now, Sammy actually inducted them. He brought them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was his induction thing there. And he sang Hot Blooded along with current Foreigner singer Kelly Hansen. Cool. And, Slash kicking it there on the solo, which sometimes Foreigner, doesn't, I don't think they get the props that they should require for being talented musicians. So
yeah, Slash really knows how to slay there. It's
yes,
awesome.
He does.
Cher, Peter Frampton, A Tribe Called Quest, and Mary J. Blige were also among the new class.
All of these iconic musical acts inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'm not saying everyone there was old, but the only fresh face in attendance, the one the plastic surgeon gave Cher 5 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
The police spend too much of their time dealing with drug abusers, but thankfully some druggies are helping cops be more efficient. Tuesday night last week, police officers in Portland, Oregon stopped a man and a woman in their late 30s driving a stolen car. They searched the vehicle. They found cash, a loaded revolver, scales, and drugs, including more than 10 grams of fentanyl and meth. The drugs were easy to spot because they were inside a bag that read, "Definitely not a bag full of drugs." The man faces charges for delivery of meth, unlawful possession of meth, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Prosecutors haven't brought charges against the woman as of now.
Nominee number 2.
These people are not only stupid criminals, they're stupid business people. A couple in Louisiana was arrested after their vehicle was repossessed and drugs and a gun were discovered inside. Now, it wasn't a personal stash. Detectives found more than 9 pounds of marijuana, 18 grams of mushrooms and ecstasy pills. There are also packaging materials for street drug distribution and a semi-automatic handgun. They were arrested when they showed up at the storage yard to retrieve their personal belongings. They're facing multiple drug and gun-related charges. So not only did they blow their car payment money on a massive drug supply, they also failed to make enough money selling the drugs to make those payments. And then they stored their inventory in the car that was at the risk of being repossessed.
Nominee number 3.
Many police officers in Florida wear sunglasses to protect their eyes from the sun, but they can also come in handy when dealing with idiots. Police in Florida were called to a report of an explosion and smoke Monday night. When they got there, they encountered a 39-year-old man, Joseph Morrison, who was yelling at them from his backyard. He came out front armed with a handheld flamethrower and pointed it at the police. Cops had their guns drawn, but Joseph would not put it down. He was so close to them that one of the cops just reached out and yanked the flamethrower away from him. He returned to his house, and when he came back out, he tried to blind an officer with his flashlight. Joseph was tased and taken into custody. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and resisting an officer.
And the winner is...
The couple whose drug dealing inventory was found when their car was repossessed. You're the Yam Bags of the Week. Stay tuned Monday morning for a whole new crop of nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day right here on Rock 107.